It's funnel time! Hey guys, Mike here from Say Service. How you doing? Today I want to talk to you about a very special type of marketing funnel that I call a content funnel. Now, when we work with most customers, we typically will start with a sales funnel, right? They'll have a nice sales letter and then a call to action button, and typically that will move on to, like a checkout page. Now, this usually, the reason we like to start here is because I like to make sure that I'm generating revenue as quickly as possible. This is my favorite type of automation funnel. I know it's a sales funnel, but as a marketing funnel, marketing automation funnel, this is my favorite because it's so simple to set up. Even if they don't have any upsell products or order bumps or downsell products or anything like that, I can usually generate revenue straight away using this very simple process, because I'll head into their email list and I'll basically create a campaign that drives traffic to this sales page, and I'll also do like some Facebook remarketing as well, to drive people back depending on who's on the list and some audiences that we've built up. However, at some point this list will begin to dry up, which is why we have things like opt-in pages. So we'll have our little opt-in page saying, hey, get this free ebook or whatever, because you guys are smarter than that. You don't just offer ebooks anymore. And that tops up that list, right? And we also might just redirect people to the sales page straight away, or a thank you page or something like that. And we need to have traffic going here. However, if you've ever spent money on traffic, you know how difficult it can be to get cold traffic to opt in. If you went to Facebook or you went into LinkedIn or Google or whatever, and you tried to drive cold traffic to this page, you know that that's really tough. It can work and it happens, and we know businesses that do it, but it can be quite expensive, and it can actually end up in negative costs for your leads. So we always want to have warm traffic, right? We always want to have warm traffic going towards these opt-in pages, because frankly, I think that converts higher. I think it works better. I think it's the equivalent of multi-touch, like advertising, seeing someone time and time again. This whole process, though, doesn't work without a content funnel. If you've ever struggled to get content from a customer, you'll know how difficult it is just getting them to write a blog post. And I've talked previously about that, like how you get content from customers. But the reason that the content funnel is so important is because it actually sets up more than just your lead capture process. It sets up more than your potential sales process. What it does is it begins to position any business that does it as an authority in their space, as an expert in their space. And the reason why is because you have to treat platforms like Google and YouTube as content partners, not just search engines, but partners. Let's say that you come to me and you say, hey Mike, do you know any decent accountants? I'd say, yeah, I know a decent accountant. And so I would give you their contact information and say, yep, this is who you need to go up, this is who you need to have a word with. You call them up, and let's say you have a conversation with them, and their knowledge is out of date, they don't really turn up to the meeting, and frankly it wasn't a brilliant experience. What are you likely to think about my recommendation? Because that's going to make me look like a jackass if the person I'm referring you to doesn't do a good job. I'm the equivalent of Google in this. You're the user, you've come to me looking for information, or I'm YouTube and you've come to me looking for information. I'm the content partner, I'm the partner platform, and I've said to you, yeah, you should go check out this referral. I think this person will be a good person to talk to. And it turns out that they weren't a good person to talk to. One, you're going to not come to me for referrals anymore because one referral I made to you was garbage. Two, the referrals that I could be handing out to people are apparently out of date. So I need to keep in touch with that to understand if it's worth me referring someone onto. This is why regular content and high quality content is so important, particularly on YouTube, particularly on Facebook, particularly on Google. If you are repeatedly creating content, Google will partner with you and they will say, we like the fact that you regularly produce content. What you need to do, we're going to send as much traffic as we can to you. there's evidently useful stuff. People aren't just coming to you and then jumping straight away. They'll read that stuff, okay? They see how long people land on your site. If it's just a landing page with a really shit squeeze page or an opt-in page, but if they go there and there's decent content, they like that. If you're regularly updating your content, they like that. If you are useful, engaging, and people stick around and they share it, they like that. So you have to treat Google and YouTube and all these things as a content partner, which is why no longer can customers say to us, oh, why aren't I at the top of Google yet? Because you don't produce regular goddamn content. In the same way that a journalist doesn't keep being employed if they don't write anything, you have to keep producing content. The content funnel that I'm about to share with you on this whiteboard, though, in my opinion, is the simplest way to do it. I think it's the easiest way to do it, and it's also one of the most cost-effective and high conversion methods of doing it. We're actually going to start about here. This is where all of our traffic's going to go. But around here, we've got our blog posts. So let's say that you are working with someone who does health and fitness. We're going to help divide up their content strategy into multiple components, multiple topics. So for example, they might have one topic might be diet, and this is really broad because I know that we want to get way more specific with this. Because you might have like a vegan diet, for example, or whatever. And then you've got another topic which is weights. Okay? By producing one blog post every single week on these topics. Now, in terms of content schedule, actually, if you want to dominate a keyword, and this is we're moving into SEO territory here. Let's say that you really want to dominate vegan runners diet. Well, the fastest way for you to be able to completely dominate this, and that might not be specific enough, but we're just going to use it as an example, is to produce 10 blog posts per week. 10 blog posts in total at one per week. So for 10 weeks on just that topic. Make sure that that's in the URL. Make sure that that's in the keywords. Make sure that that's in the topic. Make sure that's in the title and the H1 tags and all that kind of shit. But we have this one particular keyword that we're going after. And we did this for like selling marketing funnels, pricing marketing funnels, WordPress marketing funnels maybe? I can't remember now. And the idea is we'll move through that. Now some people like to vary it because they think, I really can't be bothered to just write on one topic 10 times for 10 weeks in a row, which is fine. But if you want to really smash a keyword, producing 10 high quality blog posts, not just shit, I'm not trying to game the system. I'm just trying to say you've got plenty to talk about. What we also do is these will be anywhere from 500 to 2,000 words long. Okay, it's actually not that much. If you use dictation software, you can write it quicker than that. But 500 words should take you, if you're doing it every single week, about 45 minutes to write. 2,000 words can take you an hour and a half. It's more about getting into writing content and writing regularly than it is about not kind of struggling to write content. But anyway, we will also produce one high quality, long form, crazy valuable, killer piece of content with around 10,000 words in it. That will talk about a lot of the subjects. It won't just be kind of bulked together. We won't just write 10 and then smush them all into one. This will have a narrative or a thread running through it. It might still be on the same, topic, but it might be a very specific place. Like the 10,000 word one as a long form killer blog post supports the 10 other posts. But these might be like the top 10 vegan runner influencers on YouTube. This might be the top 10 diet books that you can find on YouTube, or diet books that you can find. This might be, we tried a vegan running diet for a week and here's what happened. So these can be, you know, varied, but this long form blog post might be really specific, like how to run a personal best marathon time while sticking with a vegan diet in summer, 2000 in summer, just summer. So quite specific, but you can find by being specific about a piece of content or a piece of topic that you want to talk about, that's going to help you write this long form killer blog post. And we do the same with this one down here. And ideally, we want to keep repeating this pattern, right? Of having 10 blog posts and then a really long form, high quality killer one at 10,000 words. The reason we do this is because all of these posts and these topics will have one lead magnet. And this, for example, might be for diet, it might be a meal plan, for example. For weights, it might be a workout plan or a cheat sheet or something. But the idea is that this lead magnet here, this content upgrade, some people call them, is going to be specific to this topic. And the idea is that you then write content on these individual topics. So what ends up happening is you have 10 topics in total, or more. You could have more. We actually just have 5 at the moment at Sell Your Service. We just have 5 topics. But we only have 5 lead magnets. Now that's not strictly true because we've got other lead magnets and stuff that we're experimenting with. But in a lot of content strategies, we will have just between 5 and 10 lead magnets. That means that we can just work through a series of blog posts and offer the same lead magnet for all these topics, all this content. What this also does is if people do opt in, great, fantastic, they'll get added to our list, right? So they'll get added to our email list and we can then market to them later. And yet they might go through a thank you page with a checkout, with a splinter product or whatever, fantastic. If they drop off though, and if they drop off and they don't opt in, that's absolutely fine, because inside the URL for these blog topics will probably be the word diet, or maybe even runner's diet or vegan runner's diet, how specific you want to get. And you can build out your Facebook custom audience to say, I only want to build an audience with people who have visited blog posts with these keywords in the URL. So you build out that audience and then you remarket this lead magnet to them via a landing page. And over time, what you'll do, again, if people drop off here, you might say, we want to put them into a Facebook audience where people have visited URLs on our website that have the word weights in it. And if they drop off, fantastic, no worries, because we're going to drag them back to a landing page, back to this lead magnet. What this means is because you are regularly building content, you've got guys like, you've got YouTube, and you've got Google, you've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, you've got LinkedIn, you've got Reddit, you've got all of these places where you're driving content to. Some of them are going to be for free, some of them are going to be paid. It doesn't really matter, because wherever you're driving content to, you're beginning to tag people inside this audience and remarket the lead magnets to them. This exploded our lead growth. Like, our email list went just through the roof because we actually weren't paying any traffic, we weren't paying any costs. Let me move this over a bit. We weren't paying any costs for cold traffic. If you go to our blog, you'll see that we're at the moment generating 3,000 visitors a month completely organically. Why? Because I took the time to first of all smash out a topic. I think at the start of 2017, I did a blog post a day for something like 6 months or 7 months or something, because I was just right, I've got so much to talk about. I'm gonna block out 2 hours a day and do this every single day. People go, oh, I haven't really got time. This is a free method available to you that helps you build an audience and generate leads and sales, and you don't have to pay a cent. You don't have to pay anything. If you say you don't have the time, I would love to know what it is you're spending time on that allows you to generate an audience of 3,000, 10,000, 100,000 people visiting your website every single month for free, that doesn't require you to you know, be a partner with anyone or affiliate with anyone. It's unbelievable that people go, I don't really know, it's difficult. Yeah, it is difficult. Everything's difficult until you do it regularly. This method here of this content funnel, regularly producing content, maybe smashing them out once a week for the first 10. If you really want to hammer it, think of 100 topics around a vegan runner's diet. Think of 100 things. Think of 10 people to interview, 10 people on YouTube to do a reaction post on, or, you know, an embed post. Think of 10 blog posts that you want to write about and refer back to. Think of 10 different diets. Think of 10 different runners who are vegan. Think of 10 different diet plans. Think of 10 different meals. Think of 10 different, I'm already up to like 8. Think of 10 different companies. Think of 10 different, I don't know, events maybe, you know, that celebrate vegan runners or whatever it is. Whatever hyper-specific thing you've got. If you want to publish that and then publish one post a day with one lead magnet, I guarantee you that will do better than occasionally writing a blog post with no lead magnet. The reason that these lead magnets work is because you stick to 5 topics even. It doesn't even have to be 10, it could be 5 topics, and you write about everything within that topic, but you offer one type of lead magnet. Yeah, you can start to move them into other lead magnets. Yeah, you can start to look at other content upgrades and stuff. But for the time being, keeping it regular and making sure that you are a worth Google referring back to. Remember, as with the accountant, this bit here is you as the accountant. This bit here is the referrer. Visitors are saying, I want to learn more about vegan running diets. I want to know more about selling marketing funnels. I want to know more about online click conversions. I want to know more about saving dolphins. Whatever it is, Google needs to be able to confidently say, then you need to go to this website. Because if not, they're not going to refer you. And the way that they confidently say, I want to refer you onto this website, is if you've got regular content. That's what matters. Anyway, thanks guys. Let me know in the comments below if this has sort of helped with your remarketing or your content strategy. This is also a fantastic lead into regular recurring income for your customers by putting them on a regular blog post schedule and saying, okay, well, every quarter we'll build you a new lead magnet or whatever it is, and we'll keep that content going. That's kind of how I would do that. Let me know in the comments if this was useful. What is it about the content strategy or the content funnel that you're most looking forward to kind of getting involved with? I am Mike from sellyourservice.co.uk. I've probably got a couple of videos either side of me. Make sure to click on those. And yeah, I will see you on the next video. Keep building those funnels.